Welcome back, everyone, to Nation of Glory, the home of stories that celebrate heart, passion, and the relentless spirit of those who never stop chasing greatness. Today, we're diving into the powerful, inspiring, and electric story of a man who proved that charisma, determination, and belief can take you from the shadows to the spotlight. A man who didn't just fight his way to the top, he talked his way there, lived his dream, and showed the world that confidence backed by hard work can make anything possible. This is the story of Shaun Edward Ricker, the man the world knows as LA Knight, the megastar who refused to quit. The journey of LA Knight begins far from the bright lights of WWE. Born on November 1, 1982, in Hagerstown, Maryland, Shaun Ricker was just a regular kid with a dream bigger than his world. Growing up, he wasn't surrounded by luxury or fame. He was surrounded by grit, struggle, and the hunger to prove himself. From a young age, Shaun loved wrestling. He was captivated by the larger-than-life characters, the drama, the energy, and the storytelling inside the ring. But more than that, he admired the confidence, that electric presence that could make an arena come alive with just a few words. He knew one day, he wanted to be that guy. But dreams, as we know, don't come easy. Shaun didn't have a famous last name. He didn't come from a wrestling dynasty. He had to fight for every opportunity, every spotlight, and every inch of success. After finishing school, he decided to chase the dream head-on. He started training, learning the ropes, and building himself physically and mentally. He knew it would be a long, painful road, but giving up wasn't in his nature. His early career was filled with challenges. He wrestled in small independent promotions, performing in gyms, high school halls, and community centers, sometimes in front of a few dozen people. But no matter how small the crowd, Shaun performed like it was Madison Square Garden. Every match was a chance to grow, every promo was a chance to get better. That's what made him different. He didn't just wrestle, he performed. He understood that wrestling wasn't just about power, it was about presence. In those early years, he struggled financially. There were nights when he barely had enough money to travel to shows or eat properly. But deep inside, he carried an unshakable belief that someday, all this hard work would pay off. Because while others saw small arenas and empty seats, Shaun saw his future. He knew that one day, his voice would echo in stadiums, his charisma would light up TV screens, and his name LA Knight would become a symbol of perseverance. After years of hustling through the independent circuit, Shaun's talent couldn't stay hidden. His sharp promos, confident attitude, and undeniable charisma caught the attention of scouts. In 2013, he signed a developmental deal with WWE, entering their training territory known as NXT. It was a huge step, the kind of opportunity most dream about. But just when it seemed like his journey was about to take off, life threw him a curveball. Despite his hard work, WWE released him before he could make a big impact. For many, that would have been the end. But for Shaun, it was just another beginning. He wasn't broken, he was more determined than ever. He left WWE, not as a failure, but as a man on a mission to prove them wrong. He joined Impact Wrestling under the name Eli Drake, and that's where the world finally began to see his true brilliance. His confidence was magnetic, his promos electric. He didn't just speak, he commanded attention. When Eli Drake grabbed a microphone, the crowd listened. His voice was powerful, his attitude unmatched, and his catchphrases unforgettable. In a world full of wrestlers trying to fit in, he stood out. He had that it factor, that natural charisma that can't be taught. And soon, the results started coming. He became one of Impact's biggest stars, capturing the Impact World Championship and proving that he wasn't just talk, he could back it up in the ring. The once rejected dreamer had now become a main event player. But deep down, Shaun knew there was one more mountain left to climb: WWE. In 2021, years after his first attempt, WWE came calling again. And this time, the man who walked through those doors wasn't the same one who had left years ago. He was wiser, sharper, and hungrier. He had transformed into LA Knight, a name that perfectly matched his personality: loud, bright, and full of confidence. When he debuted in NXT, fans instantly felt it. There was something about him that screamed superstar. His voice, his swagger, his timing, everything about LA Knight felt real. He wasn't playing a character, he was the character. His promos were raw, honest, and full of charisma. When he spoke, people didn't just listen, they believed. Every week, he delivered performances that made fans take notice. His rivalry with superstars like Cameron Grimes and his involvement in the $1 Million Championship storyline brought back that classic wrestling energy where personality mattered just as much as performance. Fans started chanting his name. His catchphrases "yeah" and "let me talk to ya" became instant hits. LA Knight wasn't just another wrestler, he was a vibe, an attitude, a throwback to the golden age of wrestling charisma. Soon, he made the jump to the main roster SmackDown, and that's where the world truly met LA Knight. At first, things were slow. WWE didn't seem to know what to do with him. But the fans did. They saw something special. Week after week, the cheers grew louder. His confidence, his style, his ability to connect, it was impossible to ignore. And then, something rare happened. The fans chose him. They made him the star. Every time he grabbed a microphone, the arena erupted. "Yeah!" chants echoed through the crowd like thunder. LA Knight became a movement, a reminder that authenticity still matters. He didn't need flashy gimmicks or forced storylines. He was real, raw, and absolutely magnetic. But behind that confidence was a man who had fought every step of the way to earn it. A man who had been told no more times than anyone could count, but never let it stop him. Every rejection became motivation. Every setback became a setup for a comeback. That's what makes his story so powerful, because LA Knight's rise isn't just about wrestling, it's about life. It's about believing in yourself even when no one else does. When he finally joined the Raw brand, his momentum was unstoppable. The fans had made him undeniable. WWE could no longer ignore the voice of the people. LA Knight became one of the biggest fan favorites, a man who made wrestling fun again. His promos were unpredictable, his confidence unmatched, and his performances inside the ring continued to prove that he had the complete package. He wasn't the youngest superstar on the roster, but he showed that passion has no age limit. What he lacked in timing, he made up for in timing, because sometimes, success isn't about being the first to arrive. It's about being ready when your moment finally comes. And when LA Knight's moment came, he grabbed it with both hands and never let go. There's something deeply inspiring about his journey. He didn't get there through shortcuts or favoritism. He got there through perseverance, through charisma, and through an unbreakable belief in himself. He showed that no matter how many times life knocks you down, if you have the heart to keep getting back up, you can still win. Today, LA Knight stands tall as one of the most beloved figures in WWE. His connection with the fans is real, his energy contagious, and his message simple: never give up on yourself. Because one day, all the no's will turn into one big yeah. And when you see him walk down that ramp, soaking in the cheers, smiling with that trademark confidence, you realize this isn't just about wrestling. It's about redemption. It's about fighting for your dream when everyone else stops believing. LA Knight represents everyone who's ever been underestimated, everyone who's ever been told they're too late, too different, or too old. He's living proof that it's never too late to shine. So whether you've followed his journey since his early days as Eli Drake or you've just discovered him now, one thing is clear: LA Knight isn't just a superstar. He's an inspiration. A living reminder that when you believe in your voice, your vision, and your worth, nothing can hold you back. From the small gyms of the independents to the grand arenas of WWE, from rejection to redemption, from silence to thunderous cheers, LA Knight earned every single step of his success. And as he stands today, confident, powerful, and louder than ever, one thing is certain: the megastar has only just begun. Because when LA Knight grabs that mic and says, "Let me talk to ya," the world listens. And they don't just listen because he's loud, they listen because he's real. This is the story of LA Knight, the man who turned rejection into roar, and belief into glory. Thank you so much for watching this inspiring story, here on Nation of Glory. If you enjoyed this journey and felt motivated by LA Knight's rise to superstardom, don't forget to like this video, share it with your friends, and most importantly, subscribe to our channel for more powerful stories of legends, heroes, and icons who never gave up on their dreams. This is Nation of Glory, where passion meets purpose, and legends live forever. Until next time, stay strong, stay bold, and never stop chasing your glory. Thank you for watching.